Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about factory design pattern. Before watching this video, I would recommend to watch my previous video, that is design pattern overview. I given link link in the description. Please go through that before coming to here. Okay. Now let's see what is the design pattern. Sorry, what is the factory design pattern? Okay. Factory design pattern. It's one of the creational design pattern which will help to create the object, create the related object in single place. Okay, so it's nothing but it's a normal Java class. We can define it as a factory class. And that class will produce the required related object. For example, if you are making one module like thread pool, in the thread pool, what are the different type of object it's required, all the object will be produced by this factory class. So that is called factory design pattern. Okay. So in this video I'm taking that executor service, executor class as a factory means the executor class which is there in that uh, uh, existing the thread pool framework in the Java and the JDK. um, Execute okay, so this is one of the factory class. It's a normal Java class, factory class, which will produce required object to get the thread pool object. Okay, this will produce so all related thread pool object. Okay. Okay, so that is called design factory design pattern. So, simple word, it's a factory of creating the object. Okay, so creating related object mainly. So it will not means we'll group into one factory. So in that factory class will produce means that related object. Okay, that is called factory pattern. Okay, let's see it in detail in in the code example. Okay, so what is advantage of this factory pattern, why we need to use? So this main advantage will be reduce the duplicate code, means reduce the repeated code. Let's say if you want to if you don't have that factory sorry, if you don't have the factory class, mm, factory class, and whenever you need thread pool in your in your coding, when then you need to you need to create object for that for the thread pool, for the thread pool, then you need to use it. Okay, then you may end up creating multiple code, same code in multiple place. Okay, whenever you require thread pool object, then you need to create new you need to create the new object. uh, new object, that code it's will be there in your wherever you want. So you then it will the same code, it will be repeat in multiple place. Okay, so if you want to make some changes in that object creation, some small changes, then you have to modify in all the place. So that is called easy to maintenance, or easy the changes will be in one place. That means if you use the factory patterns, if you want to make small changes, or if you want to create one more uh, pattern of object creation, then simply you can add it in your um, factory class itself. No need to modify. It's not require any changes in the consumer class side. Okay, that is main advantage. It's and also this is very simple creational design pattern. Uh, it will be useful in even in small application as well. Okay, so let's see detail about the executors. So executors, it's a factory class which will produce a thread pool object. Okay, thread pool object, which is so I'm taking example from the existing executor service framework. Okay, so here the thread pool, the thread pool service, we have multiple multiple implementation. We have multiple interface and multiple implementation to get the uh, to get the thread pool with the different new features. Okay, so this, it's one of the implementation of executor service, thread pool executors, and the scheduled thread pool executor. It will extend same thread pool executor, plus it will implement schedule executor, means it. So this class and this implementation has basic uh, basic one, and this one has some extra features apart from this. So there are multiple implementations to multiple implementation based on the requirement. Okay, for but all of them, its basic things will be, it will return the thread pool object, which we can use it based on our requirement. Okay, so in that situations, they have defined one executor service, executors factory class, which will produce all different varieties of thread pool object. So simply, without knowing all those things in detail, just we can use this factory class to get the thread pool object, and we can use it based on our requirement. Okay, so this is what the executor class. Here with the executor class, in that executor class there are n number of object creation method. Okay, the pool executor itself has different varieties of constructor to create the object based on the based on the consumer requirement. There are different varieties of constructor. Okay, so all those constructor, it's taken here. So okay, so um, here new fixed thread pool, just it will take one number of thread, what how many number of thread you want it in your thread pool object. So that it will take it as one parameter, then remaining things it will be defined here itself. Default value is defined, and it's calling internally, it's calling that thread pool executor constructor, and it will create the object and return to it. So it basically it will create the object. Nothing it will do. That uh, factory class will just, it will create the object, and it will return to it. Okay, so at the same thing. So here it will you here this method, just it will return the thread pool without any parameter, means it will, everything will be defaulted one. So okay, then the second one will be scheduled executor. This is it's different kind of implementation of the thread pool. So this, it will take the pool size, thread pool size, then it will create instance for the scheduled thread pool executor class, and it will return. So here I listed three instance creation. There will be n number of instance creation for the different implementation of thread pool object. Okay, so here we can, what we are trying to do, we are trying to collect all the object creation for the thread pool uh, class. Okay, so we are capturing, means we are collecting, we are keeping it in one place. Okay, then it's very easy to get that instance for that related object. Okay, let's say if I want to use thread pool, then simply I can use this factory and I can get that object. I can get the object, any one of the object based on my requirement, then I can use it. Okay, this factory class, it's kind of it's kind of abstraction, means it's without knowing in detail about which constructor it's used or what are all those things. Simply I can get that thread pool instance by invoking this, by invoking one of this method. So here most of the factory class will define the method in static, so that it no need to create separate instance for the factory class. Simply we can invoke this object by using the abstract class, its class name itself. So that is one more advantage if we are using the static method. Okay, this is the abstract class. Executors, it's sorry, executor, it's a factory class. So next we'll see how to consume the factory class. So if let's say in my, this is my my class. So in my class, I want to create one thread pool. Then simply we can use this we can use this factory class to and call this static method to get the instance of the thread pool object. Okay, once we'll get this, then we can use this thread pool, and we can call the required method to submit or execute the thread, execute our task. So we can use that. Okay, at the same thing, if I want to schedule to execute a service thread pool, then I can call this method simply by passing the number of thread pool it's required to. Then I'll get this instance, then I can use that instance in my code. So this is what it's very means it's maintenance, it's very easy, and it's very easy to consume. Okay, so and this, yeah, if I want to make any changes in this instance creation, simply we can make all the changes in the factory class. No need to make the changes in the consumer side. The second one will be abstract factory pattern. It's same like a factory pattern. It's abstract factory in the sense it's a one more level of hiding. Means like it's a factory of factory class. So let's say if I in my previous example, the executor, it's a thread pool, or it's a one means executor, it's a factory of thread pool object. Under the I can create one more common factory, which will application pool. So in that application pool, I can get that instance of other factory class. For let's say example of the application pool, I created one more factory class. In that class will produce instance for the for the thread pool factory. In that case, in my previous example, it's executors instance, and the connection pool or memory pool. So all these three factory, uh, these three are the factory class actually. So I'm getting wrapper of that all the factory class. So that is called abstract factory. So the application in this example, application pool is a abstract factory class. So okay, so we can I can use these application pools to get the instance of any in any kind of pools, like it's a thread pool, connection pool, or memory pool, whatever. Based on our requirement, we can get that instance of that factory class. Then we can use we can get that specific instance. Okay, so in this how to consume this abstract pool, in the sense abstract pool, it's a factory of factory class. So here in the let's say this in the application pool, it's a factory class. So here we will define static method to get instance of the factory class. Okay, let's see here here in this sorry, I put two new. So it's okay. So here we can create we have method to create instance of the factory class. Here executor, it's a factory of thread pool, and this here connection here connection class, it's a factory of DB connection. Okay, so in this case, we'll get instance of the factory class in the abstract factory. Okay, so we can consume the how to consume the abstract factory. So here, if let's say if I want to use the connection pool. So I don't know where that connection pool handle is that. So simply I can go to application pool. From there I can create executors. Means this is a thread. Sorry, this is a uh, thread thread pool factory. So here I'm using this factory. Then I'm creating this thread pool instance. So we can it's a two-step. Okay, so we can use this one. So it's basically it's abstract factory. It's nothing but it's a factory of factory class, uh, we can say it. Okay, That's all about factory design pattern. So next I'm going to give video for singleton design pattern. So in this video series, I'm going to cover all those 28 plus design pattern. If you like to see this kind of video, please subscribe Java Tech Palm so that you will get alert whenever I will post the new videos. Okay. Thanks for watching.